One of the things that happens for injured athletes is they start to feel like they're no longer an athlete. Like who am I if I'm not carry this rock climber or carry the snowboarder? And it's very disorienting. And you feel like you're no longer connected to your athletic identity. So that's a big one, is just that reminder for them is you are still an athlete and your recovery is now your sport. And athletes like that, like it's very sticky, and they resonate with that, and it helps, even in the language that we use, like it does feel like you're sidelined. Like, okay,
Mhm.
great. Well, you go ahead and get better, and we'll see you when you're back in action. Yes, this sucks. And yes, you would absolutely prefer not to be injured. Yet you are. And this just happens to be where you are on your athletic journey. So, sort of stepping
Mhm.
back and looking at your bigger picture. The analogy I use sometimes is, if you've ever seen a fly under a microscope, they're terrifying. Like, you should look it up. If anyone's never done it, like, look up,
Yeah.
what does a fly look like up close? They're terrifying, right? But when just see it on the wall, it's like, whatever, it's a fly. It's a tiny little
Yeah.
fly. So that's that shift in perspective can be really helpful. You feeling good in that moment doesn't mean go harder. It means do it as
Mhm.
prescribed and see how you feel the next day. And then sometimes I see athletes push themselves, like in desperation of needing the answer of whether or not I'm going to be the same athlete, and they
Yeah.
just push a little too hard too soon with that. And then sometimes it's because they're applying the same template. And so what I tell my injured athletes is, you're an athlete. We know you can push through the pain, especially if you're
Mhm.
an endurance athlete, right?
Yeah.
Like, we know you can push through the pain. You are good at that. So
Mhm.
right now, when you're injured, a sign of your mental toughness isn't whether or not you can push through, it's whether or not you can hold back. Because that's going to be harder for you, is to not
Yeah.
do it. And that is where you need to flex your mental toughness. And they're like, yeah, that makes sense.